Hey guys, Logan Battles here. Welcome to another episode of Logan Battles Football Talk, where I'll be giving some pretty long discussions about any football-related subject. Coach, player, game, schedule, stadium, you name it. For this episode, we're going to be talking about my Florida State Seminoles' first win in the 2017 football season against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, which happened last night. For the most part, I'm going to be talking about my experience while watching the game. Let's talk about the first quarter of the game. After Florida State gave up a touchdown to Wake Forest, which led the score to being 13-3, I believe. I think it was 13-3. Or no. I'm sorry. It was actually 12-3 when Wake Forest got the touchdown, but then they missed the extra point. At that time, I was watching the game not at my house, but at my grandmother's house in Georgia. And at that point, I was like, okay, I am done watching this. I'm not going to watch this game anymore. And so my parents and I, we talked about wanting to go get some food. And then I've been wanting to have Popeyes, my favorite chicken strip place, or my favorite place to eat at 4 chicken strips, biscuits, and french fries. But that's a different story for another day. And as we were heading our way to get me some Popeyes, I got my phone out and I was looking to see what the score for the game was, and then I looked at the score for the game, and I was like, "Whoa!" Florida State led the game by 1 point, 13-12. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that. Now, I didn't know at that time that Wake Forest missed the extra point right after they scored their first touchdown of the game. But yeah, I was just surprised when I first saw that Florida State led at halftime by 1 point, 13-12. I was like, oh, okay. And then one hilarious part about me and my parents talking about the game, one part, my mom was like, so you're not going to give up on your team, aren't you? And I was like, probably not. We will see how that game turns out at the end. And she was like, no. Don't try to be upset when the Noles lose, okay? And I was like, I'll try my best, but it won't be easy. So, that was a part of the story that I just wanted to bring out. And then after we got home with all the foods that we wanted, I've been wanting Popeyes, obviously. I then watched the game, and Florida State, I think, gave up another touchdown while I was eating Popeyes. Or maybe Florida State already scored another touchdown right after that. But anyway, I could be wrong. It happened in the third quarter, if I remember correctly, especially at the end of the third quarter. And then I then finished eating my food, my Popeyes, and then I went in and joined in watching the game. And then Florida State was down, got another field goal. And a few things I forgot to mention while we were on our way to give me Popeyes. I looked at the previous plays that I didn't look at, and right after Wake Forest missed the extra point, just a few plays later, Florida State already scored a touchdown. And then I was like, oh, all right, that might have been why they scored. And then And what else? Oh yeah, and right after that, there was another kickoff to Wake Forest, and then a few plays later, maybe a couple plays later, Florida State intercepted the ball, and I was like, "Oh man, that is exactly why Florida State is in the lead at halftime." So yeah, it was awesome to see that. I just opened my eyes wide open. I can't speak. I just opened my eyes very widely to this, like, wow, okay, good job, Florida State. Um, but yeah, back to the story that I was telling. Right at the fourth quarter of the game, if I'm not mistaken, Wake Forest already scored a touchdown, making Wake Forest in the lead 19-16, I believe. And then the clock was winding down, and then right after that, there was another kickoff, right back to Florida State this time, and my Seminoles offense, they were making some good passing plays. James Blackman, I think that's how you pronounce his name. His last name, James Blackman. He made some pretty good passes. He made some pretty good passes. But he does make mistakes, which obviously every quarterback in college football or NFL makes some mistakes in it, like every single game. But for the most part, he did a solid job. So I got to give him props for that. Because I didn't really know what to expect from James Blackman, because I didn't watch the FSU and NC State game, which happened this last Saturday. Not this Saturday. The Saturday after last, or before last, I mean. And then, back to the game. This game, Florida State already got scored a touchdown. And then I was just like, yeah, go Noles, woo! And then it was probably like maybe 2+ minutes into the game, in the fourth quarter, the last 2 minutes of the game. And then Wake Forest got the ball, and they were trying to make stop the clock, or trying to make timeouts in order to try to get the ball and try to score, because Florida State already led in the fourth quarter 26-19. And then Wake Forest made a couple of timeouts, maybe 3, I don't know, but yeah, at the end of the game. The very last play of the game, Wake Forest was trying to make a Hail Mary pass just to get the touchdown, so that they can go to overtime. And then the pass was incompleted. Woo! Yeah. I was so glad that my Seminoles didn't let the pass be completed in the end zone for Wake Forest touchdown, or at least that didn't happen, which was so awesome to see. Getting to see my Seminoles having their first win in the 2017 season. They snapped their two-loss streak. I can't speak right for some reason. I apologize. A two-game losing streak. That's what I was going to say. Because the season opening game Florida State faced against Alabama, that was their first loss, 24-7. And then week 2 was postponed because of Hurricane Irma. Week 3, was a bye week for Florida State, and then the fourth week, Florida State lost to NC State at home, which should not have happened. I don't want to talk about that game right now. Anyway, but yeah, Florida State finally got their first win of the regular season. The 2017 regular season win for Florida State. The first win in the season, and that's pretty cool to see. And not only that, but also getting to see Florida State giving Wake Forest their first loss in the season. Because before Florida State beat Wake Forest was 4-0, and they were still unranked. And, you know, the fact that Florida State went out and beat Wake Forest, giving them their first loss of the season of 4-0, 4-1, with a score of 26-19. That's pretty cool to see. Seeing my team upset an unranked team in the ACC. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. I've watched the whole game, and I told you my experience while watching it. For the most part, I didn't watch the whole game. I've only watched maybe 75% of the whole game. And stuff like that. So, I guess that's about it. I did this every single time. I always try to think of something that I was thinking about wanting to say before I ended every episode that I made for Logan Battles Football Talk. And it's hilarious that I always keep doing that. There's always something that I could think of that I was going to say and put it in a Logan Battles Football Talk episode where I would be thinking about what I was going to say, and then it would went out of my mind and made me forget about it. So I apologize for that. I guess my overall thought of the whole game is Florida State got it done. They got whatever they need. They got the job done. They got whatever they came to their way just to win a football game in college football. That they did most of the things that they need to win a football game. Yes, there are a lot of mistakes that Florida State made, mostly on the offense, but for the most part, the game was good. It was a pretty close one, especially at the very end of the game that I already mentioned to you guys. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Florida State's first win in the 2017 football season against Wake Forest, 26-19. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please click the like button and comment down below to let me know what you think. Did you think Florida State won the game, or did you think Wake Forest lost the game? Comment below, let me know. And if you enjoyed what you've seen here and you want to see future videos from me, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, speaking of the next video, I'm going to be uploading my review for Gerald's game. I already watched it like yesterday or so. And I have to do the review because I was on my way from Georgia to my home here in Florida. I was going to do it, and then there have been some complications. So I'm going to do it again. Just the shooting, the editing, and then the uploading. I'm going to get all that done tomorrow, and then give you guys my review for Gerald's game. It's already up on Netflix right now if you hadn't watched it. So, yeah, that's pretty much the update that I will give you guys. So look out for my review for Gerald's game when I upload it tomorrow. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Have a great week, and as always, fight the good fight. Peace!